Of stories as ever in the media regarding the British monarchy right now, and as ever we like to clear them up for you so you know exactly the truth behind the stories, because as we often find around about this time of year, the shocking stories tend to be absolutely non-shocking at all. Let me draw your attention first and foremost to this big story that emerged over here in the United Kingdom regarding the Prince of Wales. Now, as we know, the Prince of Wales is incredibly green. Not green in that way, of course, but just green, green, eco-friendly. I don't know about you, but wherever you live in this part of the world over here, if I have any more bins, it'd be easier to just live in the bins and let the house have all the rubbish. You know what I'm saying? So many different bins, so many different cartons, you can't keep up, can you? But what's interesting with this particular story is it claims that the Prince of Wales has gone eco-scooter friendly. But as ever, how true is that particular story? Well, yes, he has been gifted an eco scooter and he has tried it out on occasions. It's not as many times as, of course, the media are trying to paint out that he's careering up and down Windsor to see His Majesty the King when he's in residence. But let me tell you this, what they didn't print, Kate isn't a keen fan on this eco tool, as it were. And I'm kind of with Catherine. I don't know about you. I think they're a little bit dangerous. I think you've got to have a lot of practice on them. And I also feel very sorry for us normal folk, pedestrians, because obviously they're not licensed properly and they can just zip around on pavements, on the road. They don't have to stop and they almost knock you down, don't they? So my advice would be, Catherine's correct at this point, hold your horses. Don't necessarily think this is the way forward. Think everything like that's a good idea. But I don't know about you, right now I find it quite dangerous when you're out and about in the roads. There's just no control over these at all. But it's good, isn't it, that the Prince of Wales is forever showing his green credentials. Next story, though, is this. This concerns Prince George. Big story, really, this. This is all about the fact that Prince George does not have to go into the military, any of the forces, whichever it may be. Now, let me tell you the background to this. It's a nice story. Nothing's been agreed 100% yet. But I would suggest at some later point there would be a change of heart. This is because, as we know, senior members of the monarchy represent certain individual sectors of the armed forces. That's the thing that we see them in their military outfits for. All senior royals previously, including His Royal Highness the Duke of York, Prince Andrew, Princess Anne, and of course the King himself, have done their stint, including William and Harry, let's not forget. But for them to be removed from that in the future would mean that there would just be something of a figurehead. And I think it's a mistake, this, in the fact that obviously how could you lead and literally be the face of that particular arena if you haven't enjoyed it yourself or indeed taken part? So I'm not suspecting that that's going to last anytime soon. And finally, let's just touch upon the fact that Catherine took along Prince George and of course Princess Charlotte to Wimbledon. I thought they looked delightful. A lot of negative comments over there. But, again, I think Prince George looks incredibly smart, growing up very fast, as we know, hitting 10 years old now. Where did all of that go, eh? So quickly, isn't it? And suddenly he's becoming rather independent and a little bit of a mind of his own. Doesn't, though, Princess Charlotte remind you of our late monarch facially? I'd love to know what you think. Even sort of just the expressions and things like that. I see a lot of the Queen in Princess Charlotte. I was told that they had a fantastic afternoon watching a brilliant round of tennis. And naturally, we wish everybody who took part in the Wimbledon Championships and in fact the Wimbledon fortnight all the very best moving forward. Win or lose, we were thrilled to have you here on, of course, the Wimbledon court, representing whatever country you are in the world. And wasn't it delightful to see Catherine once again, presenting and really being a great ambassador for such a wonderful sport. That is your royal roundup of stories that occurred over the last 48 hours that, as ever, we like to clear up first on this channel for you. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.